Have you ever felt the world was against you? Every step forward met with failure, every hope met with doubt. You've cried, you've fallen, and maybe, just maybe, you've wondered if it's all worth it. But what if I told you that the pain you feel today is shaping the strength you'll need tomorrow? That every setback, every heartbreak, every moment of silence is not the end, but the beginning of your power. Today, right now, you have a choice: to give up or to rise, to let the world define you, or to define your own story. Stay with me, because in the next minutes you'll discover the wisdom to turn struggle into triumph, fear into courage, and your ordinary life into something extraordinary. The path to your greatness begins here. Will you take the first step? He once walked through fire. Not the kind that burns your skin, but the one that tests your soul. Every failure, every mistake, was a spark that threatened to consume him. Yet he learned. Today's pain is tomorrow's power. He realized that life doesn't wait. Time slips quietly, and procrastination steals your chance to be better than yesterday. So he chose kindness over anger, even when the world was cruel. He chose integrity over applause, even when no one was watching. He chose hope over despair, even when hope seemed impossible. The world tried to define him by his failures, by his stumbles, by his moments of doubt. But he refused. He let them teach him instead. He carried lessons like armor and courage like a shield. Step by step, slowly, steadily, he walked forward, even when the path seemed impossible. Because greatness isn't born. It is forged in quiet perseverance, in the courage to rise every single time you fall. And in that rising, he discovered strength he never knew existed. He discovered himself. Not everyone who smiles at you wants to see you win. He learned this the hard way, through betrayals that cut deeper than any failure. Some wore masks of friendship, but behind the smile lurked hidden intentions. Honesty, he discovered, can be both a gift and a weapon. Words spoken in trust can be twisted against you. Sometimes, silence is not weakness, it is protection. Difficult days revealed the real people in his life. The rest faded into shadows. And he stopped chasing approval, stopped begging for recognition. Discipline became his compass. He chose long-term growth over short-term pleasure. He chose calm over chaos. He chose thoughtfulness over reaction. He understood that if you don't control your mind, someone else will. If you carry the wrong people, your path will never be clear. So he let go. Let go of anger, let go of resentment, let go of those who drained his spirit. And in that letting go, he found freedom, he found clarity, and he finally saw himself, untangled, unbroken, and ready for what was ahead. Life hurt. It always did. Some days more than others. But he learned that not all pain is the same. Some wounds sting, while others transform. Some break you, and some build you. He learned to rest, not to quit. To pause, to breathe, to gather strength before moving forward. Every heartbreak, every setback, every disappointment was a stepping stone, a lesson wrapped in discomfort. And he embraced it all, because nothing in life is permanent. Not the suffering, not the fear, not even the uncertainty. Focus became his power. He stopped wasting energy on what he could not control. He poured his strength into what he could influence, into the things that mattered most. Persistence, not brute force, carved the path forward. Patience, not haste, brought the results he sought. Knowledge, experience, and resilience, these became his armor. And slowly, steadily, he turned the pain that could have broken him into the strength that defined him. Because life's harshest lessons can become the foundation for greatness yet to come. There were days he walked alone. Not lonely, but alone by choice. Alone to reflect, alone to understand, alone to decide who was worthy of his trust. He realized the world does not owe him validation. His dreams, his purpose, were his responsibility alone. Mistakes, regrets, and losses were not chains but teachers. He forgave quietly. He let go silently, without fanfare, without bitterness. Silence became a sanctuary. Time became a treasure. He stopped wasting it on gossip, on negativity, on expectations that were not his own. He learned to protect his energy, to say no when needed, to step back when necessary, and to value moments of peace above fleeting approval. Alone, he found clarity. Alone, he found strength. Alone, he met himself in a way that the noise of the world would never allow. Because sometimes solitude is not isolation. It is a path to wisdom, a path to freedom, a path to the courage to walk forward, undaunted, ready for what lies ahead. He lifted his eyes. The past was behind him, the present fleeting, and the future was a horizon he could shape. Every setback had taught him resilience. Every challenge had built patience. Every choice had carved his character. Life was not just about surviving. It was about rising. Rising with honor. Rising with wisdom. Rising with courage. He chose kindness even when it hurt. He chose discipline even when it was hard. He chose hope even when darkness lingered. He understood that no one else could define his worth. No one else could make his dreams happen. The responsibility, the power, the action, all belonged to him alone. And in that realization, he discovered freedom. He discovered strength. He discovered that the horizon ahead was limitless, waiting for him to walk forward. He took a deep breath. He took the first step. And in that step, he became the author of his own destiny. The path to greatness does not wait for anyone. Will you take the first step?